Hey, coaches, got a special guest with us tonight. Dennis McFatten is the defensive coordinator at Clinton High School in North Carolina. And, man, they've done a great job. They've been there 2 years and really took a program. It was a powerhouse program that kind of fallen down a little bit, and they have brought it back to being a powerhouse again. They made the Eastern Regional Finals last year. Dennis runs the defense and does a great job. And tonight he's going to teach us about the Bear defense and five-man pressures. And Dennis, man, I'm excited to learn from you and steal from you, man.
Yes, sir. And I greatly appreciate you having me on here as well. It's a great opportunity. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you doing it, man. I'm looking forward to stealing all your good ideas, man.
Yes, sir. So first, I just want to talk a little defense first about why I like the Bear five-man pressure. So I just got my little field drawn here. Okay. Some people really don't break it down this way, but this is how I break it down for the kids to understand. And any coaches that I coach with, they can understand where I'm coming from as well. So the field itself, as you can see, broken up into thirds, because once you're talking to a young teen, they're gonna draw a corner, safety. That's how they learn football. So I break it down that way. Then I have my curl flats, my hook curl on both sides, and then that middle hole is very important because people don't understand that it's a middle hole right in the middle of the defense. Okay, and we kind of group that in with the curl flats, but we also got to be vigilant that that is there. Okay, so we have pretty much a consistency of 8 zones on the defense. Okay, anytime that we bring a person other than 3 people, we're reducing. So we're reducing a zone, and usually it's going to be that middle hole that we're reducing. Okay, and we're just breaking up into curl flat, drop, and it'll have a 4-man front, and that's where our base comes in at. And this little line right here is just our no cover zone. So that's 5 yards, no cover zone, no take the candy type stuff. So that's how I teach it, pretty much saying, hey, you got curl flats on both sides, hook curls on both sides, but also if we're on a 4-man front, we're eliminating that middle hole. So we're reducing a guy. So with the 5-man bear, sorry about that. With the 5-man bear pressure, just draw it up here. I start by teaching my over front. So we're going to be looking at it from our side. So we're just going to say a strong left right here. I start by teaching it in my over front. Okay. Our over front is just setting the 3 technique to the strength. Once again, this is just looking at it from our side. If it was a defense, it'll be opposite. But strong left. So the tackle is in the 3 here. Nose. Matter of fact, once again, sorry about that. I just like to have things where everybody can understand. We'll draw it this way. Okay, so a 3 technique, a nose, and a 5. So you got 5, 3, 1, 5. In our bear, okay, I always tell them bear means we're going to have 2, 3 techniques. So I like to move into bear in any type of front that I'm in, because I tell my D-line there's going to be 2, 3 techniques on the line. So usually we just bump this guy in to a 3 and bring a backer down. Okay. Then we'll either shade the nose or bring them head up. For right now, we're just going to bring it head up so it can be easy. So we got a 3 technique here, 3 technique here, 5, and a 5. All right. They always play the guy inside of them. So the guy closest to the ball, he knows he's going to play here. He's going to play here. He's here, and he's here. Okay. So with bear, I like it so much just because of the fact of when we're talking about the zones. We're reducing that zone. You can definitely play man behind it or zone behind it, but you got to understand the zone principles. That's why I threw them zones up there. So we're playing bear. We reduced 2 zones. So that's why it turns into a pressure. And we're just going to put 3, nose. So we reduced 2 zones because now we got 5 men going. Usually we're able to cheat our outside backers out to about a 50 because nothing should be able to run up the middle with 2 threes and a nose. All traffic in the middle should be stopped. Okay. Our outside guys, we box everything. We don't let nothing get outside of us. We box it all back in to the backers. Okay. And like I said, we still reduce the zone. Okay. Oh, got to have another backer in here. All right. So we go line up in 50, 10, 50, scooting our outside backers out to a 50. And once again, if we shade this guy, all we do is just bump the other backer to the opposite A gap. Okay. Now, once again, like I said, we reduced our zone to only 6 zones now. So we got deep third, deep third, deep third. Now we have a hook curl flat player, a middle hole player, another hook curl flat player if we're playing zone. Me, myself, I like to play either a man behind it or a one high look with a one man where everybody has locked up with the eligibles, safeties over top. It's all based on our personnel. If I'm able to have skilled athletes that are able to play a zone behind it, then I will definitely have the corner play a third. And it's an aggressive third because, once again, our flats out here are naked. So they're going to be aggressive thirds right here. So they're not bailing out. Okay. They're pretty much running with them if they go vert. These backers right here holding the seam, and then they're breaking to the flats. In a bear look, if we play a zone, that's what we want to give up is the flats. We'll give up the flats and we'll rally to the flats. What people possibly look when they watch my film is that our bear sometimes looks like a blitz. Okay. And I'm just going to draw the box up right here just to explain what that means. Okay. So with our bear, when I say it sometimes looks like a blitz or sometimes 6 people seem like they're going, is because depending on what the offense is trying to give us, we'll do something called what we call green dog. And green dog pretty much says, hey, go get your guy right now. All right. So if we have the backer here, another backer, just the people that's in the box. Okay. We know backer on this side, looking for if they have receivers out here, this backer will be gone. They'll relate to the back and the quarterback. Okay. But if we're right here, and off the edge, shading him, okay, we have our bear look. But if this backer has that running back, we tell him if he goes up the block, we go right now. Okay. Now we have a man on a man, and somebody has to beat their single block. There's nobody should be double teamed. Everybody should be single block. He's with the tackle. He's with the guard. Nose with the center. The other 3 with the guard. Other backer or end is with the tackle. And then the backer that has the running back, if he sees him try to step up to block, he goes into the pressure right now, which turns into a blitz right now. Okay. And that's only when I'm playing a man behind the bear. So a lot of my pressures and blitz, I put either tag a man free or a man concept behind it. Okay. To disguise, make everything look the same. I love the bear front just because I said we can move to it in any front. And I do different looks with my bear front as well. I can start off, like I said, once again, in the over. So we got a strong left right here. I can start in my over. And then I can walk this backer down on the line and just bump him over. Or we have different names for it just to have people know which way they're going. We can say eagle, which keep the ends on the outside. And now the backer walks up to a 3. Once again, still a bear look because we have the 2 3s, nose, 2 5s on the outside. It's just a different name because the backer is now walking on the inside instead of the outside. Okay. A quick way to disguise it again, I call it under look. where we set the 3 technique opposite of the strength call. So we have strong left right here. The tackle then goes to the right, the nose here. And then once again, I can either call the bear to this side where the backer will walk up and the end, or flip flop where the end will stay and the backer then will go to a 3. And it's pretty much playing and see what your personnel that you're coaching. If you know that you have more linebackers than D linemen, and playing in a 2A, playing 2A ball, you're going to have some linemen to go both ways. So we try to have a backer sometimes on both sides and being able to play with 2 interior guys that are 3 techniques and then a big boy nose. That'll alleviate some of the strain that those bigger guys have to do going both ways. You know, if you have athletic guys that can play in the 5, definitely. If you watch some of our film, you'll see some guys standing up on both sides. Maybe even two guys standing up. Those are our linebackers, because that's what type of personnel we had at that time. Once again, love bear, because a lot of plays on offense are dead when you're talking about bear. I teach my 3 techniques. If you're in a 3, if your guy pull, we chase. We have to chase flat down the line. All right, we don't run up in just because it's bear. We go down the distance, know what could be coming, and that's all just game planning from the defensive coordinator. You got to understand what the offense is trying to give you. So when we're going bear, it's not straight penetration every time. We may play penetration to one team, and then the next team, hey, we're reading, see what the guards are doing. Guard pulls, we're chasing right there. All right, we 1 yard in the backfield, slingshotting yourself with him on his hip, and then your eyes in the backfield being ready to redirect. And there's multiple drills that we do in practice to get our guys trained up for that. To read the knee, hat in hands, get off. Everything correlates to how we do with our gameplay. Bear, I love it. Like I said, it separates the offensive coordinator from their main plays they want to run, the power, the counter, things in that nature. Bear kills it. It kills it for us, so we can find out what the offensive coordinator has in his bag for the old snap moments. You know, if they're coming in wanting to run the ball, then we make sure that they try to pass the ball. We get them to do things that they're not comfortable with. And with bear, me personally, like I said, everybody flat on the line. We're not penetrating unless we know, hey, it could be a pass at that time. You know, still go through your progressions, reading the knee, playing with your hands, and then pursue to the passer. But other than that, that's as simple as I can kind of break it down with the guys, and they understand as we practice it that we can move the bear in any front. I'm gonna make it hard to where sometimes we'll be in bear and the backer will still be off the line, and he's just gonna come off the edge from his set position, inside, outside. The end result is basically what we're trying to get. Sometimes you can look at our film, you're like, what are they in? Misaligned from start. And I was a big alignment guy. You can't get beat off alignment. But then I started to gravitate to, well, if they finish in the right spot, they know where they're going, they know where they have to be at, and they understand, okay, my foot speed, they understand, okay, if I have the back, then I need to be able to adjust myself to where I can get the back. Or if I know I have to hit the B gap at a certain time, right when the ball snaps, position myself to where I need to be. So we kind of play to their strengths. Look at the offense, seeing what we want to eliminate, and then we go off the player's strength. The plays are still the same. It's just a matter of how we're going to line up to them. And that's why I love bear. I love bear. I can eliminate a lot of things and play to the player's strength.
Love it, man. I got a bunch of questions for you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
first one, am I hearing you say you're really getting in bear to stop the run first? I mean, it's a run stopper to
Yeah.
you before it's just to bring heat.
Yeah.
All right. Nose, 2 gap, 1 gap.
We one gap it just
One
because
gap.
we have backer playing the opposite A gap.
Okay. If you were, let me write that down. Opposite. All right. If you were an odd team, like I'm an odd front defense, would it be such a big deal to move to it, or would you just kind of line up and go?
That would be a great way to move to it. If you have a odd front, you can line those guys up in 4 eyes, and right before the ball snap, you can tell them, you know, we do a move call. We say move, and they'll bump down. They'll bump down to a 3. Outside linebackers are coming screaming off the edge, or you can line them up, head up like you normally do, and then when the ball snaps, the linebackers are timing the ball off the edge. Your defensive end is now going to a 3 at the snap of the ball, which I think will be the best, just because that tackle, you know, he's going to be king, that defensive end. And if he goes inside, the glance of him catching that end go inside, you have your backer free off the edge. Once again, though, me coaching it, I'll tell that backer, when you're coming off the edge, you're still reading the knee of that tackle, because that's going to tell you whether or not, if it's going to be a pass, run, things of that nature. And it's going to.
I'm going to save the read the knee thing for last, because I want to hear how you teach that. But my next one was you're saying your outside guys, your 5 techniques, they're box no matter what.
Yes.
How would it affect it if you turned it, like we're a big spill team?
Mm-hmm.
Would do you teach them both ways, or
them both ways? Once again, if we get guys that are not able to box it, we'll spill it, and then the backer just runs over top.
Okay.
We were a big spill team when we had a inside linebacker that can run from numbers to numbers. We can spill it out, and he'll just run and chase it down.
Right.
We are slow-footed in the middle. We want to keep everything in the hashes. We try not to string long runs out. We try to play within the hashes, play within that third of the field.
All right. How much do you call this? Like if you're seeing a spread team, how much bear are you going to give them typically? I know it's game plan, but
if it's a spread team, bear, I would definitely sprinkle it in, just to give them a different look, especially if I got the guys that can run with the receivers, because you're going to have to get the ball out fast. And if you're getting the ball out fast, then we can adjust in the back end to say, hey, well, we're going to press these guys and be in their face. If it is where you can protect and everybody that's locked up and you're just bombing it down on us, I'm gonna pull back a little bit, and we're gonna go to a different look to try to switch things up. And I might tweak it a little bit to where now the tackle's not seeing the end come inside, he's seeing the backer come inside. I'm gonna try to go off player error. The scheme of it could be perfect, but player error on the offensive side is what we also look for, because you guys are knowing what you're doing and we're pretty much reacting. So we're going to make you react, or we're going to try to make you react off what we're doing.
So in your mind, this is a run stopping defense. I mean, when you're seeing spread, you're just going to sprinkle it in. If you're seeing a run team, you're going to give it to them. It's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're going to get bare.
How would you, all right, a sniffer team, a team that they're in the gun, but they've got a sniffer. You probably know who I'm thinking about. How do you adjust to that?
With that right there, once again, if it's a sniffer and a back in the backfield, now we're going to banjo, we call it banjo, where the outside backer, inside backer, you know, they're keying those guys. If the sniffer goes across the formation, he's not running with them. He knows he has first back out on his side. Okay, the inside backer, the one that's sitting at a 10, all right, he's able to go left or right, crossing the ball at any time to feel where the sniffer is going, or the second back that's leaving out of the backfield.
Awesome. All right, my last one was all right, I'm 8th grader this summer, and and we got COVID rules, and you're trying to teach me the read the knee. What's your way you teach an 8th grader read the knee?
8th grader read the knee. First, we tell them, okay, the man that is closest to the ball on the inside, that's who we're reading. So if I'm the guard and you're playing the 3 technique, or if I'm the tackle, you're playing the 5, that you're reading the closest knee that is. If the guy step, and we do it real slow, if he steps down towards the ball, you match your step with his step, hands on. Okay, we'll reset. If he steps out, we do it. We still are stepping towards the tackles.
Stop you. Your audio went out for just 1 second. Is it the end? I'm the 3 technique on the guard. Am I reading the near knee or the far knee?
Near knee.
Okay.
You're reading. Right. So you're reading near knee. If he steps down, okay, like he's going down, we squeeze. So we do a squeeze technique where we put our hand on his shoulder, opposite hand, which will be our right hand, on his hip. Okay, so our right hand goes across our body. Hand that's near him goes on his shoulder right now. Okay, and we're squeezing. We don't go upfield, because we know if we go upfield, that's when the trap comes. All right, so that's the first step. Then we'll do a reach step. So saying that the guy's trying to reach us, but we still keep our same rules. We're stepping towards him. We see that his knee is coming out to reach us. We put our foot in the ground right now and redirect outside, setting the edge right now if we're a 5, or preventing the reach block if we're a 3. Once again, closest hand, hit the shoulder. All right. He should, from then on, the guy, if you're playing a 3, 5, they should stay square. All right. Pressing that, fighting that pressure with pressure. Then we do a base block where they're just stepping right at you. You get a base block, step right at you. Once again, that's fighting pressure with pressure. You're reading the knee, it comes at you, fight the pressure with pressure, drive them back 1 yard deep in the backfield. And then obviously our pass set. If we see the knee go back, we get into our pass rush mode, knowing that if we get past them too easy, we're not Von Miller or anyone, it's possibly screen.
Awesome, man.
We do that over and over again. The drill that we do, we literally line every D lineman up in 4 lines, 6 feet apart. And I stand on the far, either left or right side, and they're literally seeing me slowly go this way, stepping back, stepping at them, and they have to call it out. If I step down and I'm towards the ball, I explain everything to them. The ball is on your right side. And if I step that way, they're saying squeeze. If I step out, reach. If I step back, pass. And so it's repetitive. We're creatures of habit. You start doing things over and over again, it's going to be just muscle memory. You're going to do it.
I love it. I think I've actually seen you do that one. I wanted to give you a shout out anyway. I came and watched you guys practice early in the summer. You guys were the only show in town. I think you were the only guys in the state that were allowed to practice. And watching you guys practice, I saw you getting better, following the rules. You were doing it perfect with all the COVID rules. And I think that allowed us, we just got done with our mini camp last 2 weeks in October, and we got a lot better. And I think it was because I saw you guys get so much better, when I went out there and watched you, that I knew it was possible, because I probably would have lost money. If I would have seen you guys, I would have said it's impossible to get better with those rules. But I saw you guys out there doing it right and getting better, so I knew we could, and it did. We ended up having a great mini camp, so I owe that to you guys, because you were getting.
Oh man, we appreciate it. Anytime, come on out, man. We're willing to share all the knowledge, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Corey schooled me up on some middle of field coverage, and now I'm stealing your bear front. We're going to be running all your stuff before long. I wanted to give you time to do a little talk about your personal training. I see Corey on Facebook all the time. He thinks he's a stud because he's got you training him up now. So I want to give you a chance to talk about that a little bit.
Yes, my business is called Gas Training. It stands for Guidance and Spiritual Training. We go through seasons, and we do a little gas training within our practices, just giving them the mental toughness. We ask these kids, to put their body on the line, but what are we really asking them? I hear coaches say, it's life and death, but it's really not life and death. But we need to have that, try to drive that mentality out of them. Hey, have that bond with your brother. So we do a lot of group training, a lot of things to where it's bonding, to where, hey, I'm gonna trust the other 10 that's on the field with me. So when we're doing our gas training, it's not just normally our training of lifting weights or running and things like that. It's more of mind for the different adversity that's going to hit throughout the season. The biggest thing that probably showed that was when one of our stud linebackers went down, and it was the third, fourth game of the season, and people had to step up. And it was like, hey, it was next man up mentality, him being there for our comfort, but saying he's not coming back. You know, we can't dwell on that. That we love him, but hey, we got to move on. And that really showed just the mental toughness that our guys had built just by, you know, doing some gas training, doing strength and conditioning with Coach Johnson, and just once again overcoming adversity. It is great, but I do it for youth, older, adults, anyone that just wants to make a lifestyle change and had those mental blocks and ended up quitting. So it's a little bit different just because it makes you search, you know, the inner strength inside of you instead of just going and hitting the gym. It makes you make a lifestyle change.
Well, I tell you, your best advertisement was I didn't realize that your stud went down early in the season last year, and you ended up going to the Eastern Regionals after that. That shows what you were doing with them before that happened. The mental toughness was there because I mean that kid was all everything. He went and he signed at South Carolina, didn't he?
Yes, sir. He went to South Carolina.
You guys were telling he was going to visits Alabama. He went to visits everywhere, and to lose that guy. And like I said, during the season, we were busy. I didn't realize that happened to you until after the season was over. And what a testament to the mental toughness and the job you guys do with culture and building your team unity. That you could take a hit like that, and this is 2A ball now. It's not like, it's not like 5A and you got 230 of them. You know, that guy was a Mr. Everything, and you pulled them together and made almost made it all the way to the show. So great job, and that's a testament to you and what you're doing with your gas training. And man, I'm stealing everything you talked about tonight. I appreciate you coming on here and doing this, buddy.
I appreciate the opportunity. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a great one.